My name is Jillion Potter, and I'm from Austin, Texas. I play rugby for Team USA. I started playing rugby at university. I've never heard of rugby, but my first day out was tackling practice, and I was hooked ever since. I think what hooked me with rugby was how welcoming the team was, and the community of rugby is really what is special. I was recruited for the USA Under-19 team, and then from there went through all of the USA developmental pathway programs until I was capped in 2007 for 15s. I broke my neck in 2010, right before the 2010 World Cup. Immediately, I knew something was wrong, and I didn't move. It was very devastating. I wasn't sure if rugby was over for me or not. I just needed to kind of work it out, but I knew right away that 2010 World Cup wasn't in the picture, and I just didn't know what was going to be next.
Jillion Potter, the captain, University of New Mexico product, certainly played some basketball in her background, also on the 15s.
Sevens wasn't really quite on my radar until the Olympic announcement. And then I had the opportunity to go out to a camp, and then I was like, oh, I love sevens, this is so fun. And I've been missing out all this time, you know, but it was great. And then in 2012, became part of the sevens professional program at the Olympic Training Center in San Diego. Well, I found the tumor right after Amsterdam Sevens. I woke up one morning and had swelling underneath my jaw and tongue, and initially the oncologist thought it was benign and that it was slow growing and it was something that we didn't have to worry about. Throughout the course of the World Cup, the tumor was growing and much faster than they had anticipated. And I did play throughout the whole World Cup, but the tumor was pressing up my tongue into the roof of my mouth. They diagnosed me with stage 3 synovial sarcoma, which is a rare soft tissue cancer. It is the most misdiagnosed cancer type that there is. And so once we had that and we kind of had a plan, we knew what we needed to do in terms of treatment. When I was diagnosed, I was shocked, and I don't think I cried initially for a while. All I know is that I didn't want to tell my mom, because that's just not something you want to tell your mom, you know. I don't know. That was the first thing for me that like broke me down, to be honest. When I had to call her, I remember breaking down pretty hard, and then I had to like get it together to call my mom, because my mom would also have an emotional reaction. And I remember telling her, and I was like, Mom, you can't cry to me. Like, you know, like, just, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and then we're gonna get off the Skype conversation, because we had to do a long distance call. But that was the first moment where I had to kind of face it. And the next moment was probably when I had to shave my hair. It was awful. What they don't tell you about is the experience of finding hair on your pillow or in the shower, and that's why they said, listen, like, you need to shave your head before you start chemo, because otherwise it's far more traumatic. But then you start losing your eyebrows and your eyelashes. I didn't know I would lose my eyelashes, and it's something so silly but it made me feel pretty. And so once your eyelashes fell off, I felt like I was this alien, this person, and I looked in the mirror and I didn't like what I saw, you know? But also, I was able to look in the mirror and smile too. So you kind of just look beyond that, because you're still that same person, regardless of how you look in the mirror. The treatment was hard. The chemo and radiation, they're two different beasts. It's like having the worst flu imaginable every day. So I had an infusion, and I would go on a 3-mile loop walk with my IV pole after my infusion, because I was really insistent on exercising, and I hated being in the hospital. I remember that moment when I told the team. I felt like they took it well, and they were very supportive and encouraging, and you know, this whole year that I've been sick, you know, they were always by my side, even though they were thousands of miles away.
All the best from Germany! You're an inspiration. You're a warrior. You're a fighter.
United Black family.
Kia kaha, be strong, keep fighting.
Yeah, through the whole ordeal, I thought about rugby and how I wanted to come back, and the entire rugby community around the world really offered support, encouragement, and just belief, and that really helped me through. It was hard coming back. The biggest thing that I had to do was remind myself of being patient and being okay with where I was right in that moment, because you can't beat yourself up. Of course you have your ups and downs, you know, and your doubts and your fears, but you really just have to keep moving forward and have a positive approach.
You can see there the captain, Jillion Potter, who I have to say, it's brilliant to see her back playing after a real struggle with illness over the last couple of years.
I'm just grateful to be here. Rugby teaches values, and those values are what really prepare you in life. It's the values that you learn on the pitch and off the field that really set you up to overcome challenges. Rugby has given me a wonderful gift and has taught me a lot about mental toughness and discipline and hard work and integrity. Like, all those things really play a role in how I beat cancer.